Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum viewers. You are watching YouTube and Facebook channels of Professor Dr. Zwan Jamil Qureshi. Welcome to the lecture number 23 of Software Economics course. I was covering project risk in my last video and we discussed the reactive strategy and proactive strategy. Today I am covering technical risk and reactive strategy and proactive strategy for the technical risk. We have main technical risk: specification ambiguity, potential design, interface verification, implementation, maintenance issues, obsolete technology. So what will be the reactive strategy for the specification ambiguity? There is a company in Sweden, they have problem of specifications because there was a gaming competition going to be organized and there were so many stakeholders and they were directly communicating with the team and team was not clear about the requirements. The company was in serious trouble and then they hire a product owner and they start using the scrum, and the product owner asked the stakeholders to directly communicate only to the product owner, no direct interaction of the stakeholders with the team. So in this way he collaborate with the customer and the team was given permission freely to use scrum and the pull strategy was implemented. So they strongly collaborate and deliver, reflect and improve. So in this way the reactively they handle this problem. The team successfully implemented the system within the prescribed time and the competition was successfully organized and they solved the problem using the reactive strategy. Proactive strategy: use prototyping to have continuous feedback, deliver often, every demo, every release, face-to-face meetings with the team and face-to-face meeting with the customer, and strong collaboration with the customer rather than negotiating over the contract. So that is the proactive strategy to deal with the specification ambiguity. Then reactive strategy to deal with potential design and interface verification risks. The designers and programmers were at different locations using the case study of Nokia, and Nokia was suffering in terms of delivering the software in terms of releases, and by the time programmers implemented some design is already changed because the designers were in direct contact with the stakeholders. So there was pause situation. Finally they asked the agile coach Alistair Cockburn as a consultant to guide them, and then he met with the team and finally he said, okay, either you move the programmers from China to Finland or the designers to China. And the company decided to switch the designers from Finland to Beijing, and instead of distributed team they have single co-located team, and to solve the problem because of direct interaction and the information sharing, and from pipeline strategy they move to the concurrent strategy and they solve the problem. That was the reactive strategy to deal with potential design interface verification. Similarly, the case of Motorola was suffering because they were trying to deliver the software as full package like operating system, and then they call the Alistair Cockburn, we are facing the problem of interfaces, we are suffering the problem of design. So he said use the incremental strategy, and then by using the incremental strategy deliver in releases and let the learning cycle happen with respect to the team and the customer. So start delivering every demo, every release, daily inspection to deal with potential design risk. If you have select the wrong design, wrong architecture, wrong pattern, you can fix it. Proactive strategy to deal with potential design and interface verification risk. Strong analysis will result in clear requirements and you have the strong design, strong implementation. So high quality analysis will result into high quality design and high quality implementation. That is the proactive strategy. Use prototyping continuously to have feedback from the customer, and in this way you can handle the potential design interface verification issues. Deliver every demo, every release, face-to-face meetings, strong collaboration with the customer, collaborate, deliver, reflect, improve cycle. So in this way there will be improvement in collaboration cycle and improvement in the quality of delivery cycle. So in this way you can manage the potential design interface issues. Sprint review meeting, so you can handle the sprint review meeting to solve the problem of potential design to solve the risk of potential design interface verification, and any missing function, any missing logic, any implementation issues, any design issues, any interface issues, and then you can manage that risk. And then there is a sprint retrospective meeting is there. You can learn from your mistakes so you will not repeat them in the next release. That is for the Scrum. And for the traditional methodologies, we have post-mortem analysis, like the real post-mortem of human bodies. So you have post-mortem of your delivered release. So in this way, the mistakes you have done, you will not repeat them. And then you have formal technical reviews, is a plan meeting, plan verification technique to deal with the potential design interface issues. These all are proactive strategies to deal with potential design and interface verification. Then reactive strategy to deal with implementation and maintenance risk. Like the case of Scrum and XP under crisis, a story from the trenches, the Sweden-based company. So you can start the Scrum as a methodology, introduce product owner, and then the product owner asks the team to sit in a hall next to each other. So in this way, you can have strong collaboration, strong communication, strong coordination, and you don't need to sit in your separate offices. You don't need to waste time to have call or using the email or WhatsApp. So there is face-to-face meetings and no direct interaction of stakeholders with the team. So that's very important. So because you don't want to have pressure over the programmers, use the pull strategy. So in this way, all the pressure will be absorbed by the project manager or the product owner, and then up to here we have push. But after it reach to the team, it's a pull strategy. They can work freely, they can decide what they have to do, what are the rules, what are the stories they want to implement, how they are going to implement. Let the team decide. So that's a reactive strategy to deal with implementation and maintenance risk. Another reactive strategy, I remember the case of IT24 company in Pakistan. Half team was in Pakistan, half team was in US, and they were working on the same release. And there was pause situation because when programmers in America, when they finish their job, and because there is a geographical distance, time zone differences are there, and the programmers start working on the same code, every programmer has his own logic. So there was pause situation. Finally, the top management of IT24 decided that each team will work on a separate release. So they manage the implementation and maintenance risks. And after that, because each team was independently working on separate release, so multiple releases start delivering and productivity was improved, they manage the risk. And similarly, the case of Denmark-based company, they have office in Bangladesh, and there is a research article from CMMI and isolation to Scrum, Agile, Lean, and collaboration. The company was trying to achieve CMM level 3, capability maturity model level 3, and there was a pause situation, there was a delay in delivery because the team was involved in the quality standards in the documentation, and they have less focus on the requirements, they have less focus on the delivery. Finally, the top management of the company decided to stop the CMM level 3 certification and focus on the delivery, focus on the quality of delivery, focus on the collaboration, and they start using the Scrum and the Lean principle, and finally they successfully delivered within the prescribed time, and that was continued till from 2008 to 2021. So it is still in held. Proactive strategy to deal with the implementation and maintenance risk. Use pair programming, so two persons work on one machine. So one programmer will design the test classes, other will code it, and the first programmer will test it, because you are not the best person to test your code. So the pair programming is if they have the same mental level, same frame of mind, same school of thought, it's highly productive and less bugs are there. Test driven development, use automated tools like NUnit for .NET, JUnit for Java, PHP Unit for PHP, Fitness for integration in system testing, code coverage tool like NCover, or we have JBlanket. The automated testing will help you to deal with the implementation and maintenance risk. Daily testing of Scrum, daily inspection, so you can have early integration errors are there, you can easily manage them early bad news because you are daily testing like smoke testing. Coding standards. Follow the template of the company, follow the indentation, the rules to write code. In this way, you have minimum bugs and the easy to update, easy to maintain. Refactoring. Improve your design without changing the code, the design refactoring, or improve your code without changing the design. So you are continuously improving your code. Deliver every demo or release if there are implementation issues, maintenance issues. There is unit testing, integration testing, system testing, acceptance testing. So every demo or release you are delivering to the customer. So there is a continuous feedback from the customer in terms of alpha testing and beta testing. So you have easily manage implementation and maintenance risk. Reactive strategy to deal with obsolete technology risk. This is a major blunder for the companies that when a new technology introduced and suddenly customer asks you to switch to a new technology, you have to react quickly. So it's unplanned, it's uncertain. So in that case, like the Descon Infosys, they were developing software for American client realestate.com, which was working in 50 states. It was an ERP system, enterprise resource planning system. And suddenly, customer asked them to switch the business logic from C# to Java Versata. And the company was shocked because they don't have even Java programmer. Then the project manager, Mr. Howard, called me and asked me, do you know any guy, any company in the market who is working in Java Versata? I'm talking about 2007, 2008. I even heard first time Java Versata. So customer introduced new tool to the software company. So it was shocking moment for the company. So then, because they cannot refuse to the customer, company decided to outsource it from American company. So that's the reactive strategy to deal with such risk when you have obsolete technology. Proactive strategy to deal with obsolete technology risk. Descon Infosys, once they outsource it, immediately in parallel they start hiring the Java programmers and they start training them to Java Versata to switch from outsourcing to in-house development. Train your team continuously with the latest tools and technologies before customer asks you to switch. Like we have React Native, we have Flutter, we have DevOps technology, so cloud technology, we have service-oriented architecture. So you should, as a company, you should train your teams continuously with the latest tool. So before customer asks you to switch to the new technology, you automatically switch to the new technology. So in this way, it's a proactive strategy to deal with obsolete technology risk. Then you have business risk, which is threaten the feasibility of software in terms of sale, in terms of return on investment. Like target market is not willing, customers suddenly stop funding the project, like the case of 9/11, meet the customer requirements, changing scope, losing the support of top management. So reactive strategy to deal with target market is not willing and stop funding the project. There was a scientist, his name is Thomas Edison. He has almost 500 patents on his name. He has very famous saying, famous quote, stop beating the dead horse. As an individual, as a company, you should know when your product is a dead horse. Like the Netsol company, I remember the case, they developed a system to integrate with the existing ATM network. They did the mistake, they developed the system without a customer. So after developing the system, they knocked the doors of banks, Pakistani banks. None of the bank was ready to implement because every time the marketing guy went to any bank, they said, who asked you to develop this system? Company realized that we did a mistake, so they freeze the project and they fired the team, except the exceptional team members, they transfer them in other projects. Proactive strategy to deal with target market is not willing and stop funding the projects. Find a customer before developing a system. Software is not like normal product like hardware market or mobile market, or for example food items that you open shop, bakala, and you wait for the customers, or you open a supermarket. Find a customer. You must have a customer before you develop a system. Develop small projects like the case of 9/11 when most of the investors the stakeholders stop funding the project, start developing small projects which you can complete in couple of months, 2 months, 3 months, and you can deliver in 1 week, 2 weeks releases. Like the case of 9/11, Choreo.com survived because they start delivering software every release after 1 week. 1 week was the deadline to deliver each release, or agile development was started that 2 to 3 weeks maximum to deliver one release. Investors or financiers, they know that it's a small period of time and it's a small project. Then later on that project will switch, convert from small to medium and medium to large. But initially you can attract the customer by using this strategy to manage the risk. Reactive strategy deal with meet the customer requirements, changing scope, losing the support of top management. So I combined them together because they are very close to each other. Stop the quality standard, like the case of Denmark-based company, because they were losing focus over the software, they were losing focus on the requirements, and there was delay in the deliveries, and customer was not happy. So they stopped the CMM level 3 documentation quality standard. They focus on collaboration with the customer and the team, and they have implemented the Scrum, they have implemented the Agile principles, working software over comprehensive documentation, and they successfully manage the risk. Extensive analysis can fail a project, like the case of Infosys company of India. The realestate.com project, the ERP system, it was first given to Indian company, and they took almost 2 years to do the planning, analysis and design, and finally the project was failed. So it's a risk when you are involved in too much documentation. Then you will lose the support from the top management, or the customer requirements will change during that time, scope will change. Like the case of TriSoft company in Pakistan, they were developing software for American clients. So once they thought to target the Pakistani market, half team was in Pakistan, half team was in US. So they did the mistake, they collected the requirements in one shot and they thought it's a Pakistani department, a government department, the requirements will not change, scope will not change. So after 6 months, they went to the customer side to deliver. And customer said, thank you very much, our requirements, our scope is changed. So finally they request them, they beg them to give them extra 3 month time to change the project as per the new requirements, as per the new scope, because they know once this project failed, Pakistani market for the Hukumat department, government departments will be closed for them. So the customer gave them extra time for 3 months without any cost, and they successfully implemented a system, and then they got project from another government department. Proactive strategy to deal with meet the customer requirements, changing scope, losing the support of top management. Deliver first increment in couple of weeks and complete software in couple of months. Consistent releases. It will keep the interest of the customer, and you are dealing with the changing requirements. Welcome to the new requirement at any stage of the project. So customer will be happy because you are giving value to him. Prefer working software over comprehensive documentation, like Dexcon Infosys. They contacted the customer to deliver one working version after every 2 weeks. So it's the same project which Indian company failed. Pakistani Dexcon Infosys, they successfully completed, and they are still updating and upgrading that project from 2008 till today. So instead of one release, they hired 4 teams. So they are delivering 4 releases at the same time. So customer is happy, you are happy. Like Choreo Inc. of US, delivering one release after every week to meet the customer requirements, to deal with the changing scope, and to attract the customer in terms of interest in the project. Then you have social risk that threaten to the collaboration of the team, like geographical distances, time zones, language issues, cultural differences, communication, coordination, decision making. Reactive strategy to deal with such risk. Multi-site to single site, like Dexcon was working half team in Pakistan, half team in America. Finally, they switched the whole team from Pakistan to US at the customer side because it was a requirement from the customer to develop the software at the customer premises within the site of customer. They have strong collaboration among the team, strong coordination, strong communication within the team level and with the customer, face-to-face meetings, and that strategy works well. They manage the risk. Proactive strategy. There's an Australian company which has offices in England, France, Germany, Russia, and Australia because they have purchased all the competitors. So they have annual budget of $140,000 to build trust, improve collaboration and synchronization among the distributed teams. This budget includes traveling, hoteling, food, recreation, so they can spend time with each other. They can do the coordination, communication, they can have the same mental level, psychological differences, cultural differences can be managed. So this is a proactive strategy to deal with the social risk. There is a news company which want to have a startup in US. So they have office in Pakistan, Bangladesh, India, Dubai. The chief executive called Scrum Master of each site to US and stay there for 3 month period, and they got training from the Mike Cohn, which is very famous agile coach, and he has a website, and then they can spend time with each other and they can get trained, they can have coordination, communication, synchronization, understand the psychology, mental level, bridging the social cultural differences, and they can gel well. The bonding will be improved, so you can manage the social risk. This is a proactive strategy. Reactive strategy to deal with decision making risk. This is another social risk. Microsoft purchased Nokia at the cost of $7.6 billion and wasted almost $8 billion. And whole board was against except the Steve Ballmer, who was the co-founder with the Bill Gates. So then Microsoft has to pay the price for this decision, and they almost lost $8 billion. Finally, they sold to another company, the Nokia product, switched distributed teams to co-located teams like Nokia case study. So that was a decision made to have, instead of multi-site, they have co-located team instead of distributed team, and finally it works. Start delivering releases like Motorola. They make a decision, instead of delivering the whole package, they start delivering in releases, and in this way learning cycle happen and they successfully manage. It's a reactive strategy. Proactive strategy, pull strategy is the best strategy for the decision making, because there will be collaborative decision making. The team is deciding how they are going to implement, how they are going to decide the roles, how the practices they are going to implement, the processes they are going to implement, and sprint retrospective. Continuously improve your processes, optimize your team, optimize your resources. Sprint review, that is another proactive strategy to deal with the decision making, because whole team will sit together like the formal technical review, or we have post-mortem analysis. These all are there to deal with the decision making risk. Thank you very much. Jazakallah khair. May Allah bless you. Assalamu alaikum.